The story kicks off in a village that's under attack by some fierce goblins bent on wiping out the locals. Just when the goblins were about to celebrate their victory, an adventurer named Asahi Ikusaba shows up to challenge them. The goblins laugh at Asahi, saying he has no chance against their might and calling him weak. But Asahi, undeterred, warns them that he will win and they'll regret messing with the village. The goblins get angry at Asahi's words, and one of them lunges to attack him. But then, out of nowhere, Asahi starts to turn the tide. His older sister, Maya, steps in, using her powerful earth magic to take out the goblins. With a few well-placed spells, she defeats two of them and is ready to finish off the last one. That goblin, terrified, freezes in place. Meanwhile, we see Asahi rescuing a little girl just in time, saving her from being hit by a car. Injured but relieved to see the girl safe, Asahi finds himself in a sort of astral state, happy that she made it through. He starts to think about how Maya would react to his death. Suddenly, a bright light envelops him, and he's teleported to another world. He quickly spots a dragon and a slime monster, realizing he's landed in a fantasy realm. Excited, Asahi rushes to explore, but accidentally bumps into a man who isn't too pleased about it. Apologizing, Asahi looks around and realizes everyone speaks his language and there's a guild nearby. Thrilled to find himself reincarnated in a world like the ones in his games, he attempts to take a selfie, only to realize his phone is useless here. Heading to a pawn shop, he shows his phone to the owner, who thinks it's a rare item and offers him 500 coins for it. With the cash in hand, he browses the shop and buys a set of leather armor and a sword. Feeling pumped and ready for adventure, Asahi dreams of becoming a hero and battling tough monsters. Next, he visits the guild house, where a pretty girl greets him. Asahi shyly admits it's his first time taking on a quest. The guild worker is surprised finding Asahi cute, which makes him blush. She gives him a registration form to become an adventurer, and after that, she suggests he start by hunting some weak rabbits outside of town. However, things take a wild turn when Asahi soon encounters a dangerous wyvern. He can't believe such a strong monster is after him, and he panics, running for his life. He manages to hide behind some rocks and checks his stats, realizing he's incredibly weak and lacks any cheat skills. The dragon spots him and is ready to finish him off. In desperation, Asahi calls out for his sister, Maya. Out of nowhere, he creates a magic circle, and Maya appears. Overjoyed to see her, Asahi feels the warmth of their reunion. But the wyvern isn't done. It attacks Maya with fire. She dodges and feels a surge of new power within her, gained from this new world. Concentrating her fire magic into her fist, she defeats the wyvern in one blow. Asahi can hardly believe it. His sister is amazing, but is also confused as to why she's in this world with him. Initially, he thinks it must be an illusion. Suddenly, Maya hugs him, and Asahi realizes she's definitely real, especially considering her playful teasing. Asahi asks why she followed him to this world, and Maya explains that while he was in a coma at the hospital, she heard him mumbling about another world. Determined to rescue him, she even hurt herself to join him here. This revelation hits Asahi hard. Now he understands the gravity of his situation, including the fact that he's in a coma.
With Maya by his side, Asahi feels ready to embark on an adventure. As the battle with the goblins wraps up, he reflects on his sister's fierce determination to protect him and the villagers from the goblins who insulted him. Afterward, Maya expresses concern for a scratch on Asahi's cheek and insists he use a healing potion. Asahi jokingly says he's fine and that a little spit will do, which leads to Maya teasing him about wanting to lick his face clean. News quickly spreads that Asahi helped defeat the goblins, and everyone starts calling him a hero. When he heads to the guild, people congratulate him, and he rises to the status of ogre rank. He's awarded an insignia and warned that pretending to be stronger than he is could bring trouble. Asahi grows anxious about revealing his true weakness and asks Maya to keep her power hidden so they can maintain his hero status. Curious, Asahi asks to see Maya's stats, but there's a misunderstanding and she mistakenly shows off her body measurements instead. After clearing things up, Maya shows him her stats, which are so high they don't even display numbers. Feeling deflated, Asahi starts to think of himself as more of an NPC compared to his sister being the main character. Maya promises not to reveal her stats and in return playfully asks to know how many beauty marks he has. Later, they encounter a group of adventurers that draw admiration from everyone. Asahi learns from the pawn shop owner that they're the strongest adventurers on a quest to fight the demon army. He figures that if they defeat the Demon King, that might be their ticket back home. But the old woman warns him that it's not as simple as it sounds. Among them is a monk named Siegfried who's at dragon rank. Then a drunk guy starts causing problems, insulting Siegfried and wrecking a shop, scaring the villagers because of his past as an ogre rank adventurer. The pawn shop owner mentions that Asahi is also an ogre rank adventurer, leading everyone to look up to him. But Asahi is terrified of his secret being exposed. When the drunk guy lashes out at him, Asahi proposes they act as if he's the strongest, promising to grant Maya one wish if she helps him. So he confronts the troublemaker, with Maya secretly supporting him using her magic. Asahi was pretending to wield powerful earth magic, but it was actually his sister who was using it. The evil man got spooked and took off running. Asahi successfully chased him away and received praise from the villagers, leaving him thrilled that his secret was safe. Later that evening, Maya, in a playful mood, made a cheeky request to kiss her little brother, which led to her pouncing on him. At the same time, a strong demon was spotted taking down a massive dragon, and she felt an intense aura from someone she wanted to meet. In the days that followed, Asahi was busy fighting a little slime, and he managed to defeat it on his own. Maya joined him, using her fire magic to wipe out several slimes in one shot. She felt a sense of pride that her brother could handle a slime too. Meanwhile, the strongest adventurer, Siegfried, had his team defeated by a demon. Although he gave it his all, he was no match for her power, and she easily took him down. On their way home, Maya sneezed, and Asahi, ever the caring brother, gave him his jacket, making her super happy as she hugged him. The next day, Asahi wanted to tackle a quest solo, while Maya did laundry. Not sensing her brother around, she jumped onto his bed and even indulged in some playful antics. Meanwhile, at the guild, Tanya suggested some quests for Asahi, but most were far too difficult for him without his sister's help. Eventually, she proposed an easier one to collect rainbow mushrooms, which Asahi accepted and headed into the forest. While he gathered mushrooms, he noticed a warning sign about dangerous bears lurking in the area. Suddenly, a bear appeared, and Asahi ran for his life. He attempted to attack the bear with a mushroom, but it was busy enjoying the snack. Just then, a powerful spell hit the bear, and Asahi felt a familiar presence. He thought it was Maya and thanked her. When he realized it wasn't her, he quickly apologized for the mix-up. The demon named Kilamaria seemed pleased to be called Big Sister. Soon, a pack of dangerous bears showed up, and Kilamaria launched Asahi into the air, defeating them effortlessly. She showcased her strength even more by confronting the leader, the Emperor Bear, which unleashed a devastating laser attack aimed at Asahi. Kilamaria shielded him and launched her own powerful attack, resulting in a massive explosion. The arrogant Emperor Bear stood no chance against Kilamaria's overwhelming power.
Asahi was in awe, realizing Kilamaria had similar strength to his sister. Post-battle, Kilamaria revealed she was one of the 6 demon generals and reassured Asahi that he didn't need to fear her. She wouldn't harm the weak. She had been looking for a guy named Asahi Ikusaba, who was rumored to be strong. When Asahi attempted to slip away, his ogre rank insignia slipped from his pocket, which Kilamaria picked up. Seeing his name, she became interested in facing him, thinking he had strength. Sensing her brother was in danger, Maya set out to find Asahi. Asahi was relieved when Maya showed up, while Kilamaria recognized her strength. Misinterpreting Kilmaria's intentions, Maya thought she was trying to seduce her little brother. This led to a heated argument, and Kilamaria tried to attack, but Maya countered. Both were surprised by the intensity of their power as they battled. Their fight ended up destroying the area around them. Kilamaria eventually got serious, summoning her strongest attack, fearful flame, while Maya countered with her big sister Cyclone. After an intense fight, Kilmaria was defeated, and she seemed to accept her fate. Asahi intervened, stopping Maya from delivering the final blow and expressing his desire to save Kilmaria, who didn't want pity. Later, Asahi and Maya made their way home, with Kilmaria feeling glad to have met them. Asahi promised to cook dinner, which Maya eagerly anticipated. At dinner, she declared that Asahi's mushroom dish was the most delicious ever. Afterward, she prepared for a bath, and feeling a bit miffed that Asahi didn't sneak in to see her, she went to bed annoyed. The next day, Asahi found himself being chased by a weak goblin, and Asahi tried to defeat it by throwing a rock, but it was too weak. Just then, Maya arrived and swiftly saved him from the goblins with her impressive skills. Asahi felt fortunate to have such a strong sister, though she could be quite the pervert, often hugging him close. Afterward, Asahi checked his stats and realized he had reached level 10. Maya wondered why he hadn't leveled up quicker given how many monsters she had taken down. Asahi speculated it was due to damage taken during fights. Maya then offered to help him level up, suggesting he attack her, but Asahi didn't want to hurt his sister. He preferred to improve his skills independently. However, after some playful harassment from Maya, he activated a new skill called Escape, while she had a skill that allowed her to hug him tightly. Overwhelmed by his sister's soft hugs, Asahi resolved to visit the guild and grow stronger, not wanting to be a burden on Maya. He considered joining an adventurer party to level up faster, but was interrupted by Tanya, who inquired if he was looking for one. She explained the importance of a balanced team, mentioning the reputable Balmgung group, which had a strong tank and ranged fighters, all led by the formidable Siegfried. Asahi was impressed by Siegfried's reputation, but was taken aback to learn that the Balmgung group had recently been defeated by the demon army. Asahi stumbled upon a scene where a drunk man was being cornered by some thugs demanding his money, which he obviously didn't have. In a burst of bravery, Asahi picked up some stones and threw them at the criminals, trying to help him out. This just angered the thugs, who turned their attention on Asahi. Out of nowhere, the drunk guy suddenly sprang into action, surprisingly taking down two of the attackers. Then the leader of the group lunged at him, but the drunk managed to block the attack and landed a punch on his face. After the fight, the drunk visibly struggled, and that's when Asahi recognized him as the famed adventurer Siegfried. Asahi quickly fetched some water, helping Siegfried sober up gradually. The adventurous Siegfried expressed his gratitude, but Asahi was taken aback by how down Siegfried seemed, especially for someone with such a dragon rank. Siegfried confessed he felt unworthy of his name, sharing his tragic story of fighting against a demon general. He felt overwhelmed and defeated, admitting that he was too arrogant because so many had put their hopes in him to defeat the Demon King. Asahi tried to uplift him, reminding him of all the adventures he had shared with his friends. Then Siegfried opened up about his experiences, revealing how his fellow adventurers were often arrogant and unkind, leaving him feeling isolated. After their chat, the two parted ways, with Asahi wishing him a good day. Later, Asahi decided to take on a quest at the Adventurers Guild when Tanya informed him about a village under attack from dangerous wyverns. He wanted to call his sister for help, but instead he found himself thrown into the fray against a group of wyverns, knowing he stood little chance without her support. Just in time, Kilmaria showed up, swooping in to rescue him from the wyverns. He was thankful again for her timely intervention, and she even returned his ogre rank, which he had lost in their previous encounter. But more wyverns appeared, and before Asahi could react, Maya quickly dispatched them. She had sensed Asahi was in trouble and was ready to take on Kilmaria. Kilmaria tried to get Asahi to notice her new outfit, but Maya wasn't having it, only having eyes for her little brother. Asahi felt a bit awkward watching the exchange, especially when Kilmaria commented on Maya's outfit. Maya defended herself, stating that she wore cute clothes too, but Kilmaria felt that Asahi had a penchant for these outfits, calling him a bit of a pervert. The conversation escalated into a challenge, with Kilmaria wanting to provoke Maya into a fight.
Maya, however, kept refusing. Then Kilmaria suggested a playful scenario where Asahi would pretend to be kidnapped. Suddenly, Maya punched Kilmaria, knocking her down. Although Kilmaria didn't mean any harm, she still seemed eager for a fight, and just like that, the two girls were caught up in a brawl.